prop it up there for you?
Why is it not going?
I'm not taking off.
Yay, okay, so Carrie, are you ready?
I am.
Okay, you get the hot seat. Oh, wait, my glasses.
I'm gonna help Carrie with her.
I warmed it up for you.
Okay, can you hand me my bird?
Okay, I'm gonna head over here because this is her show segment.
What do you want?
Stay with me.
Oh, never mind, I got it.
If you're listening in.
I'm
Gotta step over. You don't mind that chair, Carrie?
Hey, Ron.
He's amazing.
Thank you.
What a singer he is.
Well, I'm
Wow.
not a guest tonight, so
Okay.
that was truly.
Okay, what are you gonna say?
Thank you.
We got a film director.
We gotta
tonight,
close
right?
the
Every time I go
door.
to his
And you need to
concert,
film on her life.
keep on around.
Wow.
We gotta close the door. Hey guys, we're going on.
Sorry.
Are the mics off?
If you want to stay in and listen, you can, but you can't talk.
Thank you for joining.
Okay.
Where's my? Oh, do I need these?
Okay, where's this
Not yet.
microphone? Hold on.
Oh, where's her headset? Does she have a headset?
There's 3 of them here. One right there.
You gotta put your headset on. And all you gotta do is just, I'll introduce you, okay?
Okay, let me just say Beauty Queen Special and then we're set. Ready? We're on. Okay. They go live. Okay, I am Dawn Reese. This is our Beauty Queen Special half hour. Stay tuned. Miracle Stories. Carrie K, take it over.
Hi everybody, I'm Carrie K. How are you guys all doing tonight? I'm so happy that you're joining me tonight for Living a Healthy Lifestyle show. And tonight I have a few guests that are going to be on that are going to be talking about, one is a miracle story. You know, she is amazing. Her name is Leanne Carroll, and she's going to be talking about a very, very, well, it's a near-death experience, basically, she went through, and how the Lord just took his arms around her and just got her through it, and now she's just an amazing miracle story. So tell us a little bit, Leanne, about where you started with this whole thing and how this happened, this accident that...
Okay, actually I had given birth to a little boy on February 26, 1990. So all this took place the morning after. I was getting up first time after having a C-section, and I collapsed in the floor. And there was an immediate cold blue call because my body just turned completely gray. So they knew it was like a major event. And medically what happened was that I threw 26 blood clots in my lungs and flatlined 45 minutes receiving CPR, which resulted in open heart surgery and a pulmonary embolectomy. I had what is known as a complete saddle embolus. There was no oxygen brainwaves. Nothing was flowing through my body for over 45 minutes, but the gentleman doing my CPR just would not give up. So I was hooked to lung and bypass. So they removed the clots, and they called my family and actually told my family I was dead. My family come to the hospital. They said that I was alive but in a coma and on life support, and they would have to let me go by morning. And my mother said no. And it was the next morning when, even though I was in a coma and on life support, I reached out and twirled my hand, and my mother gave me pen and paper. And from the coma, I wrote that I had died, that I had walked with Jesus, and that I had saw heaven and Jesus.
That is
told me to come home.
amazing. Wow. And you've written a book too.
I have written a book. It's called There Stood a Lamb. That was really the journey of my life because I had amnesia for like 6 months. We had to have 24-hour care. So bits and pieces would come to my mind and I would journal, and I eventually put my life together through a book.
Wow. That is so amazing. So after the birth and all the death experience and everything, and then writing the book, I mean, wow. I mean, like, so how has your life changed since all this?
Well, I always thought that I probably wouldn't make heaven because, you know, we all make mistakes. But Jesus was just nothing but compassionate and offered heaven as my home. So my life has just been, you know, I'm just a mom of 3, grandmother of 5. Life just goes on. As far as my faith, it's probably unshakable at this point.
That's awesome.
You said you had actually died, and when you died, you saw your relatives, and then you did see God. We would love to hear that, because that to me is what a miracle story, and what he said to you.
I actually had 3 separate partings of my soul. When I fell in the floor of the first room, my soul just lifted out of my body, and Jesus actually came. I saw a light twirling, and it came to the window, and then there was a diamond cross, and then my soul slipped and just went to a garden with Jesus, and we floated through this garden, and it was like a lot of greenery, a lot of plants. The birds seemed to be chirping like one praise song, and then I remember there was this dew or this mist on everything.
Were you in your same body? I mean, how did you feel?
I had on, I knew I had a body. It was weightless more like, but I also had on a gown, and Jesus was fully clothed in a long blue gown. Jesus was a small built man, very dark complected, dark hair. Even though we talked, we did not speak words. We were like mind reading.
They say that.
Yes.
Right.
But his voice, although was very pleasant and soft, it was very authoritative. I knew who he was the minute I met him.
How did you feel?
In awe. I mean, really, I was in awe.
Walking with Jesus.
Of his presence. I still can just be praying or just be in my quiet time, and I can feel his presence. And he had, like, I don't want to say it's roses, but he had the sweetest smell that I still know that scent. It's been 31 years, February 27th. I've been studied by Bruce Grayson, who is a scientist out of the University of Virginia. He studies near-death experiences. He gives me all kinds of tests. He's like, I've never changed one word of my testimony in 31 years. It's that real to me. On the second death, they were actually compressing my heart, broke my ribs, and hooked me to the lung bypass machine. My soul entered in my body, but it left twice, and I actually stood at heaven's gates, and that's when I saw my great-grandmother. She came to a gate which was one large single pearl, and you can read that in Revelation 21:21. There's 12 gates to the city. Each one's a single pearl. I always thought heaven's gates were a golden gate. And he called me my name. Jesus told me to go home. My soul entered into my body and then exited, and I describe it that it was gone the longest at that period. That's when I met my great-grandmother, and she called me by name, and she said, Leanne, you must go home today and do not return here. And then my soul slipped in and stayed.
Wow. And then when you came to, you had just had a baby.
I did. I didn't have any memory of the baby. I've never remembered the birth. I still don't. The doctor was the first one, Dr. Alan Marty. He's passed away, but he's the one that did my open heart surgery, and he has been in full support of my story all my 31 years. He said, do you know where you are, Mrs. Carroll? And I said, my first words were, no, do you know where I've been? And he said, no, where have you been? And I said, dead. And he said, I'll be right back. He went and got a tape recorder, came back, and he said, now tell me, how do you know you were dead and not hallucinating? And I said, you don't leave your body when you hallucinate or dream. I left. My soul left. I know I died. And he goes, well, we know you died too. We flatlined you 45 minutes. He said, so I just wanted to know how you knew that.
Oh, wow. So he was trying to...
All my gentleman who did my CPR, Joe Winterman, bless his heart, we're best friends, solely connected. Everybody is in still full support and full memory of me. And so the story never dies because Jesus is alive in heaven.
Amen. Yeah. How long were you out when you died? How many minutes did they say?
45.
Wow.
One blood clot to the heart, lung, or brain will kill you. And after 2 or 3 minutes, they will not do CPR because they pretty much know you're brain dead. And my doctors will testify in my book that all hope was given up. Joe would not give up. He said, she's going to live. I know she's going to live.
Oh, that's awesome.
And my surgeon, Dr. Alan Marty, he says his hands performed a surgery he knew he could not do.
You know, you wrote a book about it, but we also, with the International Christian Film Festival, this needs to be a movie.
It does.
And we have a film director sitting next to me.
Yes, we've got
And
Marcus.
This would be amazing because there's more
reenact.
inspirational movies that need to be shown. We call it Hollywood Connections.
Yes.
There's a lot of movies and books that I have seen, and
Here,
my,
Marcus.
my story, I do
Hey, guys.
believe, needs to go live.
Well,
on a
you know
movie.
who's sitting to my right?
I know him.
Marcus Kempton. He is a film director, and he has got a film festival going on and all sorts of stuff. So, yeah. What do you think about this, Marcus?
I think it's a beautiful story. I met Leanne last week, and she told me the story. Now I'm hearing a few more details that I didn't hear.
Wow.
It's very beautiful, very touching.
Yeah, and with this show, you could send it out to the 700 Club. People need to hear this story all over.
Yes, they do. It's amazing. I met Leanne at, singing at karaoke, and we just started talking. And I actually wanted to sign her book, but she was giving it to somebody else, and I was so embarrassed. I'm like, okay, I just wanted to sign her book. I don't know what it was, but. So I can't wait to read your book, and you have such an amazing story that does definitely need to be out there to tell people that you can have situations like that where you do walk with Jesus.
Yes, absolutely. Death has no hold on the Christian. I mean, to be absent with the body is to be present with the Lord. And death never came to me. The part when you look in the mirror and you go, this is who I am. That's who passes on. The physical body, they were like, oh, it was battleship gray, it was breathless, and the body was doing all kinds of things, but the soul was alive. I never knew death came to me.
And so many people are afraid of dying. You know, they get in the different ages and they're saying, oh, I only have 30 years or 20. You don't know what day, and you just have to thank God for every single day. Where can they buy your book from Amazon?
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
you can just get it on Amazon.com.
And tell everybody the name of it.
It's called There Stood a Lamb. And
hold that up. Let me hold it up.
Okay. My mother picked the book cover of the window because on the note I wrote her, out the window of the other room, Jesus came and got me.
All right, that's awesome. Well, I really appreciate you telling your story tonight on Hollywood Connections, and this is, and we're in living a healthy lifestyle. So I try to bring miracle stories on because, you know, people do need to know that there's so many people that have gone through these experiences, and
some people don't like to talk about it,
but you do.
Yeah.
So thanks a
I
lot for
love it.
coming on.
Thank you
tonight.
so much for
Carrie would
inviting
like
me.
to sit with you on her sailboat and do a major documentary on her.
Yeah, I could
Let's do
do.
it.
We could do it. Well, I'm thinking about doing a mini series. I haven't actually told you about this yet, Dawn.
Right.
Where I do the Living a Healthy Lifestyle show and do mini series and bring on people that have tried. Our next person that's going to be talking.
I heard another miracle story.
It's another miracle story, and his name is Christopher.
Well, we're changing
Rich.
seats. Is there a song or something that you want Tommy to play while we're changing seats?
Oh, gosh.
Or anything? A favorite song of yours?
He could play "You Say" by Lauren Daigle. I love that song.
Okay, we can even end with that too.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. All right, and this guest that you have, tell us about the story and the opportunity.
Christopher and I met through a friend, Denise, and she's amazing. We met, and she just took off with this holistic health that I'm doing. And I met Christopher. I did some circulation magnetic therapy with him. He laid on the mat, and it was amazing. Like right after he laid on the mat, he wasn't able to move his toes for 2 years. They were stuck together.
So what? Oh wow! So you have something with a new health product that helps people.
Yes.
So
So I want to talk tonight about stem cell regeneration, and I want to bring my guest on, Christopher Rich, and I'm going to have him tell his amazing story about what he's been through and how the stem cell regeneration patches, they're amazing. Like God used those to heal you.
They really did. Hi, everybody. My name's Chris Rich. I have multiple sclerosis, relapsing, remitting multiple sclerosis. And see, the problem is it never seemed to remit. When I was diagnosed in 2014. I was diagnosed in April. Within a month, they went through steroids and all this other stuff. And within a month, it looked like I wasn't going to be walking for very long. And that's exactly what happened. My legs went dead and all MS just didn't stop on me. It went forward. This is the reason. I didn't get MS from my family. I didn't get it genetically. It doesn't run in my family. I didn't get it from a virus like a mosquito or sexually transmitted, which is possible. Very unlikely, but possible. I got mine from a lifetime of abuse when I was young. For the first 10 years of my life, I was in an extremely bad situation, and bad things happened to me. That's the easiest way to put it. And from there, I was misdiagnosed when I was 11. They thought I had spinal meningitis because the doctor said that multiple sclerosis was a woman's disease. And I didn't realize that diseases decided to go based on sex. I know the likelihoods are higher, but I didn't realize that diseases, took breaks. But I got better when I was 11 because I was 11 years old. I was a little kid, and this patch actually, my stem cells would be the easiest way to put it. My stem cells fought back, and I got better. In like 2 days, I bounced back.
So, Christopher, explain to us about your history and what you've learned about the stem cell research that you've done before you ever found these patches that I brought to you.
I was gonna, before I was fortunate enough to find out about these patches, before I tried the patches, I did a lot of research into a viable option for me, which would be a stem cell treatment. A little more invasive, but the payout would be good unless it didn't work. Because then it's a lot of money for no results. And I set up fundraisers for it. I did it with my dad, and he didn't give me the money. He ripped off a lot of my friends and people that I had donated to it. So it became a non-viable option to keep trying to do that. So I pretty much regulated from that point, because every time I would get on a medication, I've been on 5 different MS medications.
And you were having problem walking, right? Just recently, and what happened from that patch?
Oh,
From there, that's wow.
That's the most amazing part. I went into this with an open mind. I did not believe or disbelieve either way, but in the first day, I got to leave the house. I got to put my foot on my knee. And I wish that these people could see it, but like that. Second day, I actually got to go for a walk around the block, and I made a Facebook video about it. I was so...
He called me, and I just have to jump in and say this because it's so cute. And he said, can I talk a little personal with you? Can I get a little bit personal? And I said, yeah, that's fine. And he said, I have had the best time with my wife that I've had in a long time. Aww. And so, because it is MS does affect the sexual.
It does. It does. I didn't know if we were gonna talk about that, but it does. Anybody with MS,
I mean, if you're married,
would definitely let you know that it affects the downstairs.
So Gary, where can they have a consultation with you? Where can they call you? Where can you get a hold of you on your Facebook as well and your social media?
well, I'm on Facebook, and I'm also on Instagram, and it's just Carrie K Davis. So CarrieKayDavis. My phone number is 515-822-4877. And my email, if you wanted to email me, it's carriekdavis227@gmail.com.
Yes, and I want to say, if you're driving, you can actually watch the show again on the Tan Talk Radio Network on YouTube and rewatch the show.
So Christopher, so now what's going on after using these patches? Like the very first time you used it, and then up until now, if you just go over with a little bit of the history.
Okay, the very first time that I got to walk around the block, from the first day to the second day, every day got better. Every day got better. I got to sleep a little better. As far as I know, I'm sleeping through the night now. Like, when I go to sleep, I actually get to go to sleep. A lot of things would come with MS, but this patch is actually fighting against my MS, and I've never had anything that's ever actually done anything.
So if you would go through like how you believe that stem cells are working in your body real quick. If you could explain to our audience.
Since I did do research into stem cell treatments and what stem cells do, and I was a 90s, I was a little older in the 90s, I guess, and I remember Christopher Reeves and him getting stem cell treatments and him actually being able to
Really?
move.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Like before he died, they took it away in the U.S. They made it illegal. And then very shortly after, he passed on. And before he left, those stem cell treatments took a paraplegic, a quadriplegic, and he was able to move his hands and hold his head up. And, you know, if he would been able to keep getting the treatments, he would have probably been able to completely reverse.
If he had the patch.
And now,
this is a brand new thing, right?
Yeah, this is the thing that kills me. Like, I wish that I could get it to people that have just been diagnosed with
This
MS.
is only a year and a half technology. A year and a half in the making.
It is beyond belief what it does. Like, it really is. It's hard to believe unless you try it. And it might not work the same for a healthier person. Everybody's different. But I say if you give it a chance, it'll do something.
Yeah. So they say within 30 days you're going to see results, but there has been episodes where we've seen some really great things. Like today, I used somebody that had migraines, and I do want to say this doesn't treat, heal, or cure anything. I believe that Heavenly Father is involved in this whole holistic thing. I know He has His hand in this. He's helping to heal these people. It's not the patch that's doing the healing, but because we're getting our copper peptides back, which you explained, the HGK copper peptides.
GNK.
Yeah, I'm saying it wrong.
Copper peptides.
Because it's a brand new technology that I'm also learning about.
Well, it's also a part of your body. Like,
yeah, explain how that works.
That's just a natural part of your body. You have natural stem cells. Like, I was going to get a stem cell treatment with my mesostemic stem cells, the stem cells in my fatty glial cells. And everybody has those. You have them. Everybody in the room does. Mm-hmm. But they don't do work while they sit in your fatty glial cells. They sit there. They're not trying to form anything new. You're already full grown. So they're not going out to, grow your hair or your nails or anything like that. So they're just lazy. They don't
So
want to
they
get up
take
and
them
go.
in and put them in an injection. And
yeah.
What I wanted to tell the viewers is that the injections are very, very, very expensive. These injections.
That's the thing.
And so what we have, this technology that we have, is a little Band-Aid that you put in the area that is affected, and it just immediately starts building your stem cells.
Yeah.
So it's a regeneration.
It really wakes them up, and then they replicate themselves. It's just cell division at that point. It's basic biology. If something is working, it's going to keep trying to work. Like for me, my immune system is a bit overactive. Is how aggressive is what happens. Like every time I get a new lesion in my brain, my white blood cells immediately go and attack it, and that's a flare-up. Those never stopped for a solid 4 years, and
another thing that I'm very, very proud of you for is that you pushed through this whole thing that you've been through as a child and got older, and with such a wonderful attitude and amazing. Yes,
We have a few seconds. Thank you so much for being here. I guess it's a timer for us. Marcus, tell us where you can actually enter your film festival.
Hi, yes. My film fest is tbmpip.com. And
Say that again.
It's tbmpip.com. I have my mask on.
One more time.
TBMPIP. That stands for the Tampa Bay Motion Picture Industry Professionals Independent Film Fest. And we're running it quarterly. The next one's third week in May 20th. And you can submit, just go to the website directly or through Film Freeway. Either way works. And yeah.
Perfect. Well, Carrie, any last words? This is your show. And then let's end with your song. Did you find that song? We can start to play that. Is that one of your favorite songs?
It is. I was just going to sing a little.
I would love it. Let's go. We got about 2 minutes.
Once again, just who I am, 'cause I need to know. Well, you say I am love when I can't feel a thing. And you say I am strong when I think I am weak. And you say I am held when I have fallen short. When I don't belong, oh, you say I am yours. And I believe, oh, I believe what you say to me. I believe. The only thing that matters now is everything you think of me. In you I find my worth, in you I find my identity. Oh, 'cause you say I am love when I can't feel a thing. And you say I am strong when I think I am weak. And you say I am held when I have fallen short. When I don't belong, oh, you say I am yours. And I believe, oh, I believe what you say to me. I believe.
Thank you. We're listening to Beauty Queen Special, Carrie K. Davis. Look her up on Facebook. And where are you performing? You're performing someplace soon, right?
I sing a lot at the VFW in Madeira Beach, and that is a great place for me to go on Sunday nights.
And the drum circle.
And I'm doing drum circle. I'm doing drumming, and I'm doing singing. But right now I'm working on an album.
Wonderful.
California Girl Gone Country. So.
Oh, love it. California Girl Gone Country. You'll see Carrie K. Davis next week on her 15-minute special with Hollywood Connections. Really Hollywood Connections. I'm Dawn Reese. We will see you next week with
Goodbye.
our VIP guest. Goodbye. God bless.
Bye.
Woo!
That was good.
Very proud of you. Ole,
I
ole.
had an awesome show.
It was awesome. Now we can send that. We can send that to the network.
We can?
We can send
Because
that
I was
to the
wondering
big.
what I could send to Devon. That
That's
would
a
be
really
really,
good
really
one.
good.
Very good one. Thank you, everybody from TikTok, for watching.
Thank you, everybody, for watching.
And let's see, I have some new ones up here, so I'm just double checking.